2024. We'll all rise for the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by a short invocation. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Father God, right now we just want to pause and say thank you for allowing us to come here to the village of Woodlawn to do the business, what is best for our residents and our businesses here in the village of Woodlawn. Lord, we ask that you give a special prayer that each household that is represented here in the village of Woodlawn, and we just want to give you thanks. And so as we celebrate this Thanksgiving holiday, we just want to be thankful for all that has been bestowed on our lives. Lord, these blessings in thy Son Jesus' name and for his sake, amen.
Amen.
Roll call, please.
Esther Boyd. Here. Rosemary Brown. Cindy Chandler.
Present.
Pamela Fitzgerald. Anybody heard from Ms. Fitzgerald?
Yes, well,
Robert Lawson.
Present.
Michelle Starr. Present. Mayor Poole.
present. I need a motion to excuse Ms. Fitzgerald from tonight's meeting.
I'd like to make a motion to excuse Ms. Fitzgerald from tonight's meeting.
I'll second it.
Motion been moved and properly second. All ayes.
Aye.
Very well. Reading and disposal of the previous minutes from the regular council meeting, October the 29th, 2024. Are there any corrections, deletions, additions to those minutes in front of us? If there are no changes, I just need a motion to approve the minutes.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the minutes from the previous council meeting held on October the 29th, 2024.
I'll second it.
Motion been moved and properly second. All ayes.
Aye.
Very well. Motion is approved. I'm gonna keep moving. Appointments and confirmations. Folks, we do, there's Ms. Paula. We do have two new employees here with us out of the Recreation Department. I'm gonna ask that our Parks and Recreation Director, Ms. Paula Sherman, along with her addition to her team, come forward, introduce yourselves to council and to those in the TV land.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I would like to introduce to you our two newest appointments to the rec center. We have Brian Allen, who is our Recreation and Aquatics Director, and then we have Vernon Taylor, who is our Operations Director. So I'll let them tell you a little bit about themselves.
Very well.
I'm glad to have them. We've been having a lot of fun so far.
Good. All right. All right.
Hey everyone, I'm Vern. I started yesterday. I grew up right down the street, Springdale. I went to Princeton High School as well.
Go Vikes.
I'm excited to get started. I know a lot about the village and ready to make an impact on it.
All right. Well,
Welcome,
Welcome.
welcome.
Vernon, we
Thank you.
welcome you. We welcome you and excited to see what's in store. Mr. Bryan?
Hello, I'm Brian Allen. I'm from Louisville, Kentucky. I've been in Cincinnati for about 6 years now.
Okay.
Graduated from Louisville Central High School, graduated college at Western Kentucky University.
Okay.
And yeah, like Vernon said, I'm glad to be here.
All right.
Ready to make the next our work.
All right. Well,
All right.
welcome to the village
Welcome.
of
Thank you,
Woodlawn.
thank you,
Yes.
both. Thank you, Paula.
Very well. All right. Committee and commission reports. Finance Committee, Vice Mayor has indicated that she is going to divert her report to our Finance Director, Mr. Crisp.
And if
If
you
you'd
want
like.
that to, do you want that to come?
Do you want to do it down here? Let's do it with this finance director.
Yeah, I could just let you do it in your own report, if that's okay? All right, well, very well.
Thank you.
Board of Zoning Appeals as well as Planning, that is, they kind of hand in hand. Ms. Rosemary, would you report on that, please?
Board of Zoning and Appeal met November the 20th at 10 a.m. The agenda item was for Man Incorporation. The request was a variance approval to permit a 43 square foot wall sign wall signage where a maximum total of 150 square feet is permitted. The board decided because of the placement of the signs that it would be okay to grant that variance. So that variance was granted. And that was for both Board of Zoning and Appeal. Planning Commission. The agenda item was Genesis Auto Sales. The request, conditional use approval for a motor vehicle service station used within an existing building in an existing IB Industrial Park District. Now it says motor vehicle service station, but it's not really a service station, so to speak, okay, but because that's pretty much what it fell under. And it's a new business. It's in Novna. And what they're going to be doing is somewhat of a towing service. They will have some repairs. They have new tires, used tires. They will be doing some minor repairs. And that also was granted. Okay, Mr. Hutt stated that auto sales are prohibited in the zoning, but this is a small-scale operation and can be considered as part of the conditional use request.
Tim.
The owner, Ms. Cole, presented to the commission the services that she will provide. That includes the following: towing services, car sales, minor repairs of cars sold, U-Haul rental, tire sales, and notary services. I will note that the U-Haul part of that, there will not be U-Hauls maintained at the location. That's themselves. What happens is the person will order a U-Haul, the U-Haul will be brought there, dropped off, and picked up by whomever is running the U-Haul within 24 to 48 hours. So it will not be a storage for U-Hauls. And again, that request was granted. Questions? Is everything okay?
Uh-huh. Oh, I'm sorry, okay. Any questions for Ms. Rosemary, Ms. Brown, in terms of Board of Zoning Appeals and Planning Commission? All right.
I do. I just didn't quite get the location.
Novner,
It's on Novner.
93 Novner,
75 now.
75 Novner, the
Okay.
old Orkin building.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Municipal Managers Report.
Thank you. Good to see everybody. It's been an exciting month here, actually, in Woodlawn. There's some great bonuses that we didn't know we were going to get.
Yeah.
So I'll hit on those as I go through my report here. Juneteenth 2025, obviously, we're starting to plan for that a little bit. We did have a meeting with the department heads on November 13th to discuss the safety plan related to the event. We'll have a couple more meetings related to safety only, so we can have that kind of buttoned up before we have the meeting with council in January. Lee Crest Road, Redmond Terrace, and Chester Road. Obviously, Lee Crest Road, we're looking at next year to start that project. Redmond Terrace and Chester are being worked on right now. We did run into some delays related to some of the gas main replacements, but those have all been taken care of. The contractors are working diligently to complete that project, and we believe it will be completed by the first week of December, so we're looking forward to that being done. Leaf and brush pickup, as we've talked about previously, we did receive a grant for a new chipper shredder. Public Works took possession of the new chipper shredder this week, so we were excited to get that new piece of equipment that will help us in the years to come. Ronnie and Woodstock, we had a meeting on November the 19th regarding the choice between keeping the river rock in place or using a French drain option. The folks that attended the meeting seemed to get a lot out of it. We're collecting the flyers that allow the residents of those roads to choose which option they would like, and we'll continue to collect those flyers through December the 9th. The Hamilton County Revitalization Grant and the Port Authority Demolition Grant. Again, we purchased some properties on Springfield Pike earlier this year, and those properties were demolished early this month through a grant from the Port Authority. The village is obtaining quotes to remove a large tree as well as some other vegetation on those properties that is hindering the removal of one of the septic tanks. The removal of those, of the tree and the other vegetation will be charged to grant funding. So currently the demolition of those properties did not cost the village anything, which is wonderful. Hamilton County Revitalization Grant 2024. We received that grant earlier this year, and that will go to construct a parking lot and food truck park, or will accommodate food trucks rather, on Taconic Terrace. That project will begin next year. We received word this week that we were the recipients of a $50,000 facade improvement grant from Hamilton County. So this grant money will be, passed through the village of Woodlawn to businesses here in the village to improve their facades. So we're looking forward to that. There's a couple of meetings we have to have with the county to learn how to be a good subrecipient, we'll say. And once we kind of have all the information together, we'll really start to hit that program. We believe that the village CIC will likely assist in making the decisions on which businesses will receive the grant funding. So we're just looking forward to getting that one moving. Springfield Pike improvements, which are the sidewalks that will run from Groninger all the way down to Oak Street, where Glendale begins. That project was sent out to bid earlier this month, and the bids are scheduled to be open on December 12th at 1 p.m. Construction on that project will begin in the spring of next year. So that's something I know we've been waiting for quite some time. So we kind of just move along to the updates. I do want to note that Neighborhood Allies will be back in the village on December the 13th. So anybody that needs a little bit of help, or if you have some friends who need help, please come down to the rec center on December the 13th. I do want to note that our fire levy was renewed as part of the November election. So that was wonderful. We appreciate that from the public. Also in fire department news, each year, the Government Technology and Security Commission's Homeland Security Today publication recognizes outstanding contributions as part of their Homeland Heroes Award program. This year, one of our firefighters, Katie Thielmeyer, received the Mission Award given for her contributions and leadership to help departments advance the use of public safety drones. Katie's contributions at the local, state, and national levels have enhanced community safety, improved operational effectiveness, and provided real-time situational awareness through the implementation of public safety drone programs. Katie's work with the National Institute of Standards and Technology Standard Test Methods for small unmanned aircraft systems has also provided a method to train and test proficiency of public safety remote pilots. Katie is also on the board of Drone Responders and is co-chair of Women Drone Responders Initiative to promote opportunities for women in drones and aviation. So Katie is one of 15 Mission Award recipients and the only recipient that is part of a local fire department. Of the remaining 14 recipients, 10 are from various offices of the U.S. Department of Homeland Security. There's one from the California Governor's Office of Emergency Services, one from the Virginia State Police, and one from the Naval Postgraduate School, as well as one CEO of Seabold Associates International. So she's in really good company with that award. Nobody else does that.
Good stuff.
Buildings and other issues, CT Consultants did provide a summary level report regarding the building assessment, and it's attached to your manager's report. The takeaways from the report are that the village's departments all require more space, that the fire department and the public works department are most impacted by the lack of space. The building assessment determined a 90,000 square foot building would be required to house the police, fire, public works, finance and administrative departments. That calculation does include necessary garage space to house village equipment, store necessary records. So the team will now review various options, determine if such a building could be constructed on the bookend site, or whether we need to break it up into a couple of different buildings. So we'll push more information out on that as we receive it, but for anybody that's interested, that report is attached. Let's see. Also, we kind of talked briefly about the National Fitness Campaign and the outdoor fitness court. We continue to talk to that group and look into some grant opportunities related to purchasing that apparatus. I am meeting with CT Consultants next week to discuss our park area and various improvements that could be made through additional grant opportunities. The fitness court will be part of that conversation. So there are some other agencies out there that can help us improve our park areas, do some upgrades, and it may make sense to strategize to make a large-scale upgrade and include a bunch of things in it, depending on how the grant funding flows. So that'll be a good conversation to have with them. Also, the village was presented with an opportunity to host ADJOURN, which is a 3-day board game convention that benefits Cincinnati Children's Hospital. ADJOURN was named by CDE Magazine as the largest free, family-friendly board game convention in the tri-state area. This will be the 10th year for the convention, and it's a great opportunity for the village to observe the popularity of board games, assist with benefiting Children's Hospital, and spotlight our recreation center. The law director has drafted a licensing agreement with the group attached to the manager's report. I would like to have that agreement approved at the special council meeting on the 10th, where we'll approve our zoning text amendment, so that the group feels comfortable planning and advertising the event that's to take place in January. So I'm very excited to have the group here. I know I've kind of spoken to all of you about that one. We also did provide a list of roads that were repaired or improved using the road tax money, as was requested at our finance committee meeting. So that's there for everybody to review. Also, we received word today, and this is part of our legislation, that we received a CDBG grant for code enforcement in the amount of $29,640 to be paid to us over a 3-year period from Hamilton County. I was kind of thinking about the grants we've gotten through the year, the couple we got this week, and it's almost like Christmas came early, but really, in the spirit of Thanksgiving, I started to think about the grants that we received throughout the year, and barring the stuff that we use our engineers to get the great big road grants and all of that, the grants that our team specifically has specifically received without assistance from an outside agency or engineering firm, if you total that up, it comes to about $475,000 this year. So I'm thankful for our staff, and thankful for the opportunities, the county, the Port Authority, and everybody that continues to support the village of Woodlawn.
Good job. Thumbs up.
Thank you.
Oh, my goodness. Report? Is that the end of
That's
the
all
report?
I have.
All right. Any questions for the village manager in his report?
Yes.
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Question.
Sure.
Real quick, Tim, just 3 areas you mentioned. First, Ronnie Road in Woodstock.
Yes.
Will there be another information session for the residents before December 9th?
I wasn't planning on one.
Okay.
I felt like the folks that wanted to come.
Are you getting more completed forms sent in?
We received some the night of the event. I know we received one or two before that event. I have not received any since then, so what we may do is put out another code red and remind people that they can fill those out and drop them off here at the village,
Yeah.
or send them in
We need
if
to.
they prefer.
Another quick question, you mentioned around Springfield Pipe and Furniture. You talked about bids. How are those bids being advertised?
The bids are advertised through the engineers at CT Consultants, so they put those in various places to make sure everybody has a fair shot at getting those.
Places like how?
They would be put on various construction websites. I believe they do post them in the newspaper. If you'd like an extensive list, I can go ahead and request it for you.
No, I just want to make sure that I understand how, because if it's like a limited specific place that they only post, and it's not, really getting around to other people. So you answered, that's great.
Sure.
Thank you. But last question. This ADAMCON, how does
Yes.
that ADAMCON benefit Children's Hospital? I didn't understand that. Can
So
you
it's a
help?
free event, but the event itself, there are various QR codes and information posted around the event, and those that go to the event have the opportunity to donate to Children's. In the past, they've raised over $30,000 at the various events for Children's.
Okay.
They have vendor booths. The money they collect at the vendor booths for the fees goes back to Children's. So that's one of their, and we had met with them earlier this month, and they said it's kind of funny because sometimes, because of the way the timing hits, they're one of the biggest contributors to Children's. And then obviously as the year goes by, other people beat them. But they're very proud of what they're able to do for that group, and they're quite proud of the game convention as well.
Okay. That was all I had. Thank you.
Yes.
I just want to add to ADAMCON that those who make donations to Children's Hospital, that donation amount turns into tickets. So they have raffles. So they've said they have like 1,500 raffle prizes already that they have out. People can take put them in there.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Like I said, it's
Yeah.
seems like it's going to be a really great event. It'll be a lot of fun to see and
Yeah.
attend. And, we're hoping that this will be a yearly thing at the village. We're hoping they like us and we like them, and
Right.
we can continue to do this.
Okay.
Thanks.
Okay. All right. All right. Any communications from the public today?
There are none, Mayor.
All right, very well. Finance Director's report.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening, Lonnie. Mr. Lonnie.
We met on November 18th. Mr. Willis gave a update for the income tax, stating that we had collected, the village had collected $600,696 related to the month of October. That was distributed general fund, $478,467, road tax, $78,352. Debt service, $28,207, and capital projects, $15,670. We had experienced a decrease in October after an increase in September. That was, tax revenues were currently 4% less than the tax revenues from the previous year, 2% below 2022. The receipts to date for the road tax fund were $5,189,813. Total disbursements from the road tax fund were $3,376,609. There was a discussion on where the decrease came from. We had discussed during the meeting that it was from the net profits, which are very unpredictable. Mr. Willis also reported that for tax year 2023, Woodlawn had 2,101 individual accounts and 1,500 returns, so that left about 600 accounts outstanding for individuals who also included non-residents who are required to pay or who are due a refund. And then Gerald asked for a list of the streets that had been repaired with the road funds, which he provided, and I can put that in the report on a regular basis. Then we discussed budget versus actual revenue. The village, as of October 31st, 83% through the year had collected 75% of a budgeted revenue for all funds and expended 54% of appropriations for all funds. They collected 92% of the general fund budgeted receipts and expended 69% of general fund budgeted expenditures. Included in the report also a spreadsheet to review our receipts and disbursements. For the month of October, the village collected $1,431,255 and dispersed $615,883. The reason for the part of the reason for the huge increase in collections was we received payment from Lincoln Heights for the fire department.
Okay.
Overtime report, the village spent $32,778 for the October, with the police and fire department accounting for 57% and 35% of the overtime charges respectively through October 31st. The salary, the village has spent $360,367 more on salaries and benefits to date in 2024 than in 23. Total percentage increase in salary expense over 2023 is 9%. Also, included in this report for your approval is a list of receipts, disbursements, and the bank reconciliation.
All right, thank you.
All right.
Any questions for Lonnie in the finance report? All right, thank you, Mr. Lonnie.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
that.
Thank you.
We do need to approve the receipt listing and payment listing and bank reconciliation. Vice Mayor?
Okay, I like to make a motion to approve the bank listing. Excuse me, let me put my glasses on, so I'm not acting like I can't see. I'd like to make a motion to approve the receipt listing, payment listing, and bank reconciliation for the month of October 2024.
Is there a second on the motion?
Second.
Thank you. Motion been moved and properly second. All ayes?
Aye.
Very well. Law Director's report.
Thank you, Mayor. As you are probably all aware, the proposed amendments to the charter were approved at the November election. I will work on incorporating those changes so that they are ready to go on January 1st when they take effect. And then the only other thing I had was to review the legislation we have for tonight and answer any questions about that. The first item we have for legislation will be revising our peddlers and solicitors ordinance. The existing ordinance that the village has on the books is several decades old. The law has evolved since then, and so we need to update it to make sure our ordinance complies with constitutional requirements. Generally speaking, just to kind of summarize what the law is it, and this is door-to-door, people who go door-to-door for some reason. So what the law does, this law does, is it kind of characterizes or classifies those into three different groups of individuals: people who are canvassing, people who are engaged in non-commercial solicitation, and people who are engaged in commercial solicitation. So a canvasser is someone who's going door to door, not seeking money or donations for anything, but advocating for some sort of cause. This would be like people who are handing out religious handbills or political handbills or things like that. Non-commercial solicitors are folks like the Girl Scouts selling cookies, kids selling raffle tickets, those types of items, where it's for not-for-profit, non-commercial purposes. And then commercial solicitors are the folks that are actually trying to sell you something, coming door to door. What the law provides is that for canvassers and non-commercial solicitors, the requirements are that those individuals need to have identification on them and produce that identification if they are asked for it. If anyone is under 18, they have to have a parent with them when they do it, and it limits the hours. There can be no solicitation between 9 p.m. and 8 a.m. in the morning. Commercial solicitors have a little bit more requirements for them. They actually need to come in and get a permit from the village, and they have to go through a background check with our police department. And it also provides, an appeals process if someone's denied. It just makes sure that the First Amendment rights that are associated with the ability to go door to door to speak with people are protected, while protecting the village from people who they might not be familiar with coming up on their front porch.
I have a question.
One moment.
Go
I was
ahead. We
gonna
probably
ask
got
if we
the
could-
same.
Go.
If we could
Go ahead.
table this until December, since it wouldn't go into effect until January, because I just had some questions, and But let me ask you this, one of the questions I had about canvassing,
Mhm.
does that apply to, say, if we're going around for election?
Yes.
So we would not be allowed to canvass unless, do we have to get a permit?
No,
No.
you just have to
We-
carry your identification on you and produce your identification if you're asked.
My personal
Yes,
identification?
your ID,
Saying who you are.
yes.
And then within the hours that are
Yes,
permitted.
and do it within
Correct.
the hours that are permitted.
Okay. And something about the hours, what are the hours? When was that?
8 to
Uh,
9.
You can do it between 8 AM and 9 PM.
So, that was another question. Does it have to go until 9 PM? Could it be cut off earlier?
Yes, council could change that.
That's why I wanted to have a conversation, because this is just my thoughts, my questions. Because I personally think 9 AM is a bit late. No, I mean, 9 PM is a bit late.
Since, let me ask this, let me just say it this way. If we have these questions, let's go ahead and table it
Okay.
and just discuss it in committee of the whole
Yes.
next month, next week, couple weeks.
Mhm.
And then that way we're ready,
Mm.
our questions will be answered, we'll be ready to vote on that in our December meeting to take effect in January. Is that okay with everybody?
I'm fine.
Okay, okay. So we'll table that.
Well, we can table it when we go to read the
No worries.
legislation. The next item is going to be, it'll just be a first reading tonight on the ordinance amending the zoning code. There'll be a public hearing on this at a special council meeting on the same night as the committee of the whole meeting.
Correct.
But generally speaking, this amends the zoning code to address 3 specific areas that we currently don't have extensive regulations on. And that would be short-term rentals, mobile food vendors, and the keeping of chickens. And then there will be a public hearing on that in early December.
And I too, I have some questions about this. It's pretty deep right here. It's a lot of information. Can we table this until,
So this is just going to be a first reading tonight.
okay,
First
first
reading.
reading,
Yeah.
okay,
Because we haven't had the public hearing yet.
Correct.
okay.
So the next item will be a resolution concurring with the recommendations of the 2024 Tax Incentive Review Council of the village's community reinvestment areas. So as you know, the whole village is been designated as a community redevelopment area. Within the village, the village has agreements with certain folks that they would get certain preferential tax treatment in exchange for investing in their infrastructure and in their workforce. That's reviewed annually, and it was found that all of the folks who have those agreements with the village are in compliance, so no changes were recommended. So this would be just to accept their recommendations, not make any changes to any of the existing CRA agreements. And then the last 2 items are the items that the manager just discussed. These are going to be resolutions approving grant agreements with the county. One for the $25,000 grant for the, $50,000 grant for the facade improvements, and $26,940?
29.
29, yeah.
Shade less than 30,000.
Yep,
Right.
for the code enforcement.
Correct.
And that's all the legislation for tonight, when we get
And-
to it.
Question about, I guess I should have asked it, when you talked about ADJOURN,
Yes.
about the agreement. Can I say now?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. Where it says in the agreement, where it says under the village booth, it talks about the village may also be able to sell concessions during the event at no charge. Any proceeds generated from the sales related to the village booths will be retained by the village.
Right.
So, will it be the village selling concessions, or is it going to be Active Woodlawn Inc. selling concessions?
I
The
would
village
say-
or active Woodlawn can sell concessions.
I would say
It's-
active Woodlawn.
So that's what I was
Active is an arm
thinking,
of the
that's what
village.
I was going to, it was going to be active Woodlawn Inc.
Yeah.
So does that have to be noted? As opposed
No, I
to-
think the active Woodlawns, you know,
Since it falls.
it's supports the village entity. I think it's just to separate
The two.
the things that they're doing and what we're doing, what the village would be doing.
And I know just that no charge means that they're not going to charge
That's
us
correct.
anything.
For the
Right.
booth.
Right.
Yeah. Okay,
Okay, all right. All
very
right,
good.
all right.
Any other
Okay.
questions?
Any other questions? Okay, sorry. All right, Mayor's report. A couple things I want to talk about. I seen the email, Michelle, that you sent out about you reached out to somebody, it looked like Emma. These programs, the Lead Safe from Hamilton County have been out there, as well as the Revive and Thrive Loan Program. So again, just for our residents, what that does for them, the Lead Safe is a program for homeowners that the county have invested $5.3 million. And these homeowners can take through this program, if your house is, the objection is to make sure that the house is lead-free. All right, so there's some, we just urge our residents to look into that. It's called the Lead Safe Hamilton County, and see if you're eligible for that program, along with the Revive and Thrive Loan Program, which is a $2 million investment from Hamilton County Commission and CDBG. And so together with those, that program was formed, it was geared toward homeowners. So we urge our homeowners here in the village to look into those programs, so again, to see if they are eligible for that service. But this program, I know, was rolled out maybe 3-4 months ago, or something like that. And it's similar to the program that they had some years ago, where it was a 2% on the loan. So it really comes together with that. So I just urge people to look into those programs as well. Go ahead, Michelle.
And,
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
and she expressed that it doesn't have to be lead
No.
only.
No, it does
That's
not.
the great thing. She's expressed that it not only have to be lead issues, and that they have a plethora of funding.
Yeah, it's a lot of money.
Yes, a lot of money for people. If you have
Yes.
issues with your porch falling off or your stairs,
It was a
falling,
list.
It was just a list of things.
Yes.
It's not only, the program is specifically geared towards being lead safe, but some homes have other issues.
Right.
And your problems can fall in that category.
Right, correct, yeah. Okay.
My question was going to be, do we have information regarding that on our website? I thought we did, or we were going to put it on, have it put on there.
We did put information up on the website regarding the LIST program. The group did reach out to me today as well, and stated that they would be happy to come down and do a presentation. So we're kind of trying to circle back with them and Paula to get something going over at the rec center here more sooner than later. That way the community can come down and listen and watch and try to get some good information and maybe get some ideas of how they can utilize it.
Okay,
That would be great.
okay,
Yeah.
okay, good. So I wanted to mention those two things. And then lastly, I just wanted to mention, as we enter the holiday season, here we are with Thanksgiving, I just urge our families, friends, just to sit and just reflect and just take a moment of reflection and just be thankful and grateful of our family and friends. And so with that being said, I just wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving holiday season, and just enjoy yourselves and with your family out there as well.
Same to you.
All right. We could move into legislation.
Do you want to approve the monthly?
Oh,
Mayor?
Mayor, Vice Mayor, please. Thank you.
Mayor's Court.
Yes.
Are you asking?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yes.
So I'd like to make a motion to approve the Mayor's Court monthly statement for the month of October in the amount of $19,719.66.
Second?
The motion has been moved and properly second. All ayes?
Aye.
Very well. Now we can move into legislation.
Yes, Mayor. The first item was ordinance 29, 2024. This is an ordinance repealing and replacing Chapter 854 of the Village of Woodlawn Code of Ordinances pertaining to peddlers and solicitors. This is the item that council just discussed tabling. You could also have this as a first reading. It's up to council.
I move that we just have a first reading on that, and then we can further discuss it in our committee of the whole.
I second that.
We don't, we'll just do it as a first reading. We don't need to have a motion. The next item is ordinance 31, 2024, an ordinance amending the Village of Woodlawn zoning code to include provisions related to short-term rentals, mobile food vendors, and the keeping of chickens, and this is a first reading. The next item is Resolution 40, 2024, a resolution concurring with the recommendations of the 2024 Tax Incentive Review Council of the Community Reinvestment Areas.
That's a resolution.
I need a motion for passage of resolution number 40, 2024.
I'd like to make a motion to pass resolution number 40, 2024.
Excuse me, the motion has been moved and properly second. Roll call.
Lester Boyd,
Aye.
Rosemary Brown,
Aye.
Cindy Chandler,
Aye.
Pamela Fitzgerald, I'm sorry, Robert Lawson,
Aye.
Michelle Starr.
Very well.
The next item is Resolution 41, 2024, a resolution authorizing the municipal manager to enter into a joint grant agreement with the Board of County Commissioners, Hamilton County, Ohio, for the administration of an economic development grant for facade improvements.
I need a motion for for passage of resolution number 41, 2024.
I'll make a motion for resolution number 41, 2024.
I'll second that motion.
Motion been moved and properly second. Roll call, please.
Rosemary Brown,
Aye.
Cindy Chandler,
Aye.
Robert Lawson,
Aye.
Michelle Starr,
Aye.
Esther Boyd.
And the last item is Resolution 42, 2024, a resolution authorizing the municipal manager to enter into a CDBG sub-recipient agreement between the Board of County Commissioners, Hamilton County, Ohio, and the Village of Woodlawn, Ohio.
I need a motion for passage of resolution number 42, 2024.
I'll make a motion for passage of resolution 42-2024.
I'll second.
Motion been moved and properly second. Roll call on the passage, please.
Cindy Chandler,
Aye.
Robert Lawson,
Aye.
Michelle Starr,
Aye.
Esther Boyd,
Aye.
Rosemary Brown.
Aye.
All right. All right. Is there any new business that comes before this council?
Mayor, I just wanted to ask if you had determined whether we wanted to move the council meetings in December.
Oh, thank you. Clerk, can you share these dates?
Yes,
I
December
could-
17th. So we'll be doing finance the 16th on that Monday and directly turn around and doing December 17th.
That's the only
And
proposed
then-
date.
And then the a committee of the whole, the following is the Christmas.
I'm
So
sorry.
everything else would stay the same,
Yeah,
except council.
council. Just moving it up.
I'm
Okay.
fine.
And then on the 10th,
Yes, and
The-
then 17th. for
the 10th is committee of the whole. The 16th will be finance, and December the 17th will be full council.
I'm fine.
Okay? Everybody got that? Thank you, Tim. Appreciate that. All right, is there anything else that comes before this council? Having none, I need a motion for adjournment.
I'd like to make a motion to adjourn tonight's meeting.
I'll second.
Motion been moved and properly second. All ayes?
Aye.
Very well. Thank you so much.
Have
for
a
the
happy
break.
Thanksgiving, everyone.
Um,